Hi and welcome to Yoga and Pilates with Katrin. I'm Katrin. Today we will do a 20-minute morning flow yoga class. I hope you like the video, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. And now enjoy my video. So we will start in a cross-legged seat. You can sit on your mat, or you could also sit on a cushion, a pillow, whatever you want, whatever feels good. And then scooch forward just a little bit so you sit on the edge of your pillow, or maybe you use a blanket. So find any upright seated position that you can take and that you can stay in a little bit. Hands on your knees or your palms facing up or down. Relax the shoulders and close your eyes. We want to concentrate and check in with our breath this morning. So relax your face, especially your eyebrows or the space between your eyebrows and your jaw. And then listen to your natural breathing first. And then start to lengthen and deepen the breath. So take a deep breath into the belly and into the chest. Rise up, get taller through your spine. And then exhale, let all the air out. And at the end of the exhalation, pull the navel in and up to engage the core just a little. And maybe you engage the pelvic floor if you feel it. Inhale, open, release. Take in all the new energy or the fresh air, fresh oxygen. And exhale, let all the old air, the old energy out. Let it go. Maybe you find this oceanic sound while you breathe with your lips softly closed. Imagine you would do HA sound as with your open mouth maybe. Like this. And then you softly close the lips and continue doing the same thing. Now you found your Ujjayi breath. Maybe you want to set an intention. So bring your palms together and your thumbs in front of your forehead to your third eye. Maybe you just want to thank yourself that you did carve out time this morning for yourself to do this practice, to find a way to connect to yourself, to your body, mind, and soul through the breath. And then take this intention with your hands to your heart. And then open your eyes, come back into the room, open your arms. And let's move on the breath. So take your right arm up, inhale, get long, and then exhale, lean over to the left. Leaning softly on your left hand. And then do the other side, inhale and exhale. We want to open and lengthen the side of your upper body. And then the other side again, inhale and exhale. And then come back to center, hook your thumbs, reach up through the spine, and then exhale, lean forward, fold forward, hands on the floor, and then go from side to side, and then slowly lower down. Let your head be heavy. Try to sink a little deeper into this pose. And then slowly rise up. Take your arms over your head one more time, and then exhale, take your arms down by your side. Let's come off the pillow and onto all fours, or into all fours. Take the pillow to the side, and I also have a belt today with me. Maybe you need it later. We will see about that. You could also use a towel instead, or any kind of belt. So come onto all fours. Your hands are as wide as your shoulders and your knees are hip distant apart. So maybe you want to come onto your fingertips to strengthen those fingers, and then come forward. So bring your chest forward. Actually, you should, it's your sternum that moves forward, and you lift your chin, you stretch your throat, you take your shoulder blades back, and you lift your tailbone also. And then exhale, pull the navel in, round the spine like a cat. You pull your navel in and you tuck your chin to your chest. And you move on the breath. So with every inhalation, you move forward into cow position. That's how it's called. And then exhale, you round the spine and come into cat position. And again, inhale, come forward. And exhale. And in cat, you feel how your shoulder blades spread apart. And they come together and you open your collarbones as you come forward into cow position. Let's do one more time. Cat position. And then come into a neutral position for your spine. Bring your palms down, spread your fingers and press your fingertips down into the ground one more time, or actually keep them there and keep pressing down. Tuck the toes and then lift the knees off of the ground here. So you instantly feel your core working, engaging. Press away from the ground to lift up, and then you lift your hips up and back and find downward facing dog here. You press away from all 10 fingertips. Maybe you want to open the hands a little more to the side, so you have a little bit more space to draw the shoulder blades away from your ears, to have a little bit more space for your neck and head. Let the head drop. And then maybe you walk the dog, so you paddle your feet off. You go from side to side, take the hips and the head with you. Keep breathing. Again, you want to always find this oceanic sound as you in and exhale. And then slowly walk your feet forward to meet your feet. Come into your forward fold. You can hold onto your calf muscles and pull yourself down towards your shins. Or you do ragdoll, where you relax the upper body, head and shoulders. And maybe you also want to bend the knees here. So this is your call, whatever feels good. Press the feet down into the ground to slowly roll up. So vertebra by vertebra, you roll up, you pull your navel in as you come up. And then press those feet down into the ground. Lift up out of your ankles. Take your arms over your head. Now you want to engage the core here. Pull your navel in and slightly engage the glutes as well. And then come into Tadasana, mountain pose. In Tadasana, you have your feet hip distance apart. You pull your navel in and up. You engage your glutes and you lengthen the tailbone down. You drop your shoulders. You press your feet down into the ground to lift up, to get long. As you inhale, you take your arms over your head, stretch, get long, and then exhale, let's do swan dive. So you let your heart fall forward, you come down in a straight spine, and you bring your hands either onto the mat, or maybe against your shins, and then you come halfway up. Inhale, open the heart, draw the shoulder blades back, and then exhale, bring your hands down and step back into plank. Inhale, hold it here. Tuck the tailbone, bring your shoulders over your wrists. And then exhale, let's do knees, chin, chest to come down. Inhale, take your cobra position, press away from your hands and the tops of the feet. And then exhale, come back into down dog. Maybe you want to move around like we did before, or you just stay here and press away from all 10 fingertips to push the hips up. And let the weight from your hips sink down into your heels so they can release down towards the ground. Stay for 3 breaths. Always want to make sure that you press your fingertips down, especially your thumb and index finger, a little bit more so you don't sink into your wrist. And then inhale, look forward, walk or step forward, come halfway up. And exhale, come into your forward fold, or maybe you want to do ragdoll where you relax a little. And then inhale, come all the way up. Come up with a straight spine. Take your arms overhead, Utthita Hastasana. Exhale, come into Tadasana. Let's do it one more time. Inhale, take your arms overhead. Engage the core and glutes. Exhale, come into your forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up. Exhale, step back, maybe with the left foot first. Switch it up a little. Inhale, plank. Exhale, maybe you go down knees, chin, chest, or maybe you go down through plank. Inhale, come up into cobra, maybe a little higher this time. And then exhale, press back up into plank and back into down dog. From here, you can lift your right leg up and you open the hip a little, bring your heel towards the buttocks, and then twist and turn a little here in your hips. Inhale, stretch the leg out and step your foot back into down dog. Let's do the other side. Inhale, left leg up, Bend the knee, heel towards the buttocks, and open the hip. Maybe you look underneath your armpit as well, to the left. Inhale, stretch the foot, and then use this foot to step forward. Come forward right away. Come halfway up, and exhale, come into your forward fold or ragdoll. Inhale, rise up, and exhale, Tadasana. So the next sun salutation will be a little bit different. So you press your feet down, inhale, you lift up. The beginning is the same. Exhale, you come into your forward fold or ragdoll. Inhale, halfway up. You can also keep your fingers on the ground and then step back into plank again. Let's stay a little longer here. Press away from the ground. Try not to clench the teeth. Press away, lift up, move forward, and then exhale, lower down. Maybe you want to try chaturanga, where you bring your elbow or your shoulders onto elbow height, and then press away into up dog, where your hips and thighs are in the air, and you press away from the tops of the feet and your fingertips, and then push back into down dog. So I just showed you 3 variations to lower down through your in your sun salutation. From plank, you can always lower down knees, chin, chest, or with plank or chaturanga. From here, we take the left leg up into the air, but this time straight behind you, like in a 3-legged dog here. And then step your foot forward in between both hands. And then dial your heel down, your right heel down. Take your arms up, cartwheel them up, and then come into Warrior 2. Now let's do a little flow here in Warrior 2. So you keep your front knee bent and the back knee straight, and then come into reversed Warrior, where you lean back and you hold onto your back leg. And then exhale, bring your elbow onto your knee or thigh, and then take your right arm over your head for Utthita. And you come forward for side angle. And again, you go back, inhale, reverse warrior or dancing warrior, and exhale, side angle. One more time. Inhale, keep a strong core. And exhale. This time we cartwheel our arms down, hands down to the ground. You lift your back heel off the ground. You step back into plank. You could push back into down dog already, or you use your way to go down. Do your vinyasa. Let's do the other side. Inhale, take your right leg up into the air. And then exhale, step your foot in between both hands. And bring your left heel down. Cartwheel your arms up. And find Warrior 2 here. So bend the knees, shoulders down. So you do it on the other side. I will turn around to stay a little bit more open towards you. So it's the same position. And again, we do a reverse warrior. Lean back, open, do the side stretch again, like we did in the beginning in our cross-legged seat on the floor. And then exhale, take your arm overhead for side angle. And again, lean back, keep your front knee bent, all the way it goes into the front heel and the back edge, or the outer edge of your back foot. Come forward, inhale. And again, you use the inhale to go back. And exhale, you come forward. This time, you bring your hands down, step back into plank, and you do your little vinyasa, meaning the half of your sun salutation. And maybe you mix it up. You go down through plank or chaturanga and do up dog maybe. And take deep breaths here. You can stay in down dog, but you can also go down onto your knees, sit back onto your heels, and take a little child's pose. Relax a little. Either your forehead is touching the ground and your arms are next to you and enjoying a little relaxation here, or maybe your head is not touching the ground, and then you use your forearms as a cushion for your head. Deep breaths here. And then slowly rise up, so sit up. So if you did a longer down dog, now is the time to come down onto your knees and sit up into or sit onto your heels. And take your arms behind your back. And now you could use your belt here. So if your hands are not able to touch and you cannot interlace your fingers here behind your back, use your belt, hold on to it. Maybe it's a towel, and you bring your hands on your towel or belt. And then maybe you walk your hands as close together as possible. And then stretch your arms out without arching the spine just yet. Pull the navel in and lengthen the tailbone down. So no arching of the spine here. Keep your arms lifting. If you cannot sit on your heels in this position here, you can also do cross-legged seat. And then take your arms down. Okay, take the belt to the side. Maybe you need it for the next movement here. So come forward onto hands and knees, and we slowly lower down. So we have the whole day ahead of us. So we want to open the heart, open the chest a little. So we do Shalabhasana. I press both tops of the feet into the ground and engage my glutes, pull the navel in. And I take my arms behind me like I just did. I cross my fingers, I interlace my fingers, and I stretch up. If you need your belt, use your belt. And then take your arms into the air, but this time also take the legs up into the air. So you open the whole front side of your body, but you strengthen the back side of your body. Pull the navel in, engage the glutes, press away from the ground, lift up, maybe even look up or look forward. You can close your eyes, you can also breathe through your mouth. Hold it a little longer. And then exhale, release down, take the belt to the side. Hands underneath your forehead, bring your big toes to touch, open your heels, and then shake your booty to relax any tension in the lower back. And then tuck your toes, bring your hands next to your rib cage, push back onto hands and knees, and come back into down dog. Shake it off here, move around if you want to. And then bring your knees down to the ground. Let's turn around, or maybe you sit down. You don't have to turn around, but you sit down and scooch forward to come to the center of your mat so you have space behind you. Let's roll down. Take your arms forward or hold on to your legs and then slowly release yourself down. Using the core here. And we want to open a little bit more, so that's why we do take bridge pose. Bring your heels closer towards your buttocks, hands next to your hips, and then press away from the ground. Using the arms and the feet to lift up, and then if you can, bring your shoulder blades closer together underneath you. And again, if you can, interlace your fingers. Now you don't have to use your belt. If you cannot bring your fingers together, just press your hands down into the ground. And then press your heels down into the ground to lift up a little more. Pull the navel in, engage the core, engage the glutes a little, and maybe you lengthen your tailbone forward. And maybe it feels good to pull the chin towards the chest, but maybe it doesn't feel good, so bring the chin away from your chest. It's your call. Do what feels good. And then come onto the balls of the feet here on your toes, lift up a little more, press away from the ground, and then open your arms wide, and then slowly release down. Release your shoulders, step your feet as wide as your mat, and bring your knees into a knock knee position. Take the hands on the belly. Let's take constructive rest. Maybe you want to close your eyes. So in this position, the lower back can release, can broaden, can widen, can stretch. It's really nice to do this position after any back bend. And then you bring your knees into your chest for Apanasana. Roll from side to side. And maybe you circle your thighs in the hip socket. And then you curl up into a ball, chin to chest, hold on to your shins, your feet or your knees, whatever you can grab here. And then exhale, release, stretch out, come into Shavasana. And also here, you could use your pillow underneath your knees to relax any tension in the lower back. So this is called Shavasana, meaning corpse pose. So every muscle tries to relax here. Try to detect any tension. Try to let go. And also come back to your natural breathing. So here you want to try to stay in the moment by checking in with your body, checking in with your breath, and maybe watching the breath, or just notice the movement of the breath in your body. And here you can stay longer, and you can also do more sun salutations if you want to have a longer sequence, a longer session. That's fine. Well, whenever you're ready, bring your knees into your chest, roll onto your right side, and then slowly sit up. Again, you could sit on a blanket or your cushion again, and take the other shin in front or on top, and then come into an upright seated position like we did in the beginning, and then take your arms over your head. Inhale, and then exhale. Thank yourself. So take your hands to your heart and bow your forehead to your fingertips. So again, be grateful, thankful that you did carve out time this morning for yourself, for your practice, to find connection to your mind, body, and soul, to find peace, calm, and happiness. Have a wonderful day. And whenever you need it, close your eyes and take a deep breath. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. Thanks for joining me today. And remember, give me a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. But you can always support me on Patreon. You will find a link below in the description. Thank you and see you soon.